Hi, this is Sleeko Duck. I hope all of you are hanging in there during this lockdown. I'm back, and here's some more tinfoil to brighten your Tuesday. Today I shall be discussing fire and blood and the winds of winter, and where all these tasty tidbits are leading. Yes, I am talking about Cersei on a dragon. Remember, history rhymes in Westeros, and we've witnessed a fight between an older female Targaryen queen with 3 bastard children, who was a few eggs short of a dozen, and a younger heir with a more recognized claim to the Iron Throne. Rhaenyra has been called the realm's delight when she was younger, but the years were not kind to her. She gained weight and became angry and paranoid. She cuckolded her gay husband, Laenor Velaryon, and had 3 children with Kingsguard member Sir Harwin Strong. She had an incestuous relationship with her uncle, Daemon Targaryen. Her civil war was between the Blacks and the Greens, with Rhaenyra heading the Blacks. Rumors abounded that her tow-headed children were not her husband's. Laenor Velaryon died in a senseless act of violence. She had an unfulfilled crush on Sir Criston Cole. Cersei was described as beautiful as men said. A jeweled tiara gleamed amidst her golden hair, its emeralds a perfect match for the green of her eyes in a Game of Thrones. George R.R. Martin considered this passage important enough to include it in his official coloring book. In A Feast for Crows, Cersei is associated with green wildfire. The queen could feel the heat of those green flames. The pyromancers said that only 3 things burned hotter than their substance: dragon flame, the fires beneath the earth, and the summer sun. Some of the ladies gasped when the first flames appeared in the windows, licking up the outer walls like a long green tongue. The green light of the wildfire had bathed the faces of the watchers. Even in the baleful glow, Cersei had been beautiful to look upon. She'd stood with one hand on her breast, her lips parted, her green eyes shining. Cersei literally gets off watching the giant phallus that was the Tower of the Hand get consumed with green wildfire. She is a living, seething cauldron of envy and jealousy, the green-eyed monster. Stannis Baratheon told the realm that her 3 children were bastards born of incest, with her Kingsguard member brother, Sir Jaime Lannister. Her legal husband, King Robert Baratheon, died in a senseless hunting accident. She had an unfulfilled crush on Crown Prince Rhaegal, who was an anointed knight and tourney champion. Cersei thinks to herself, if she had only married Rhaegal as the gods intended. She remembers weeping at Rhaegar's harp playing, losing herself in the depths of his sad purple eyes. She had it bad for Rhaegal. Once she had drawn a picture of herself flying behind Rhaegal on a dragon, her arms wrapped tight around his chest. When Jaime had discovered it, she had told him it was Queen Alysanne and King Jaehaerys. Cersei is a green queen associated with fire and dragon flame, the fires beneath the earth, volcanoes, and the summer sun. Kind of like old Valyria. Cersei dreams of wedding a Targaryen prince and flying a dragon. Cersei's arch-nemesis is Daenerys Targaryen, who rides a black dragon. Cersei's story mirrors that of Black Queen Rhaenyra. But, was Cersei a Targaryen? Yes. Number 1. Cerberus and Selmy mentioned that Aerys took liberties with Joanna Lannister on their wedding night. Number 2. Princess Aelia complained that Aerys turned her ladies of the court into whores. This court included Joanna Lannister and Ashara Dane. Number 3. Jenna Frey said that Jaime was not Tywin's son. Jaime and Cersei are twins. Number 4. In the world of Ice and Fire, in 266 AC, at Casterly Rock, Lady Joanna gave birth to a pair of twins, a girl and a boy, healthy and beautiful, with hair like beaten gold. I appear to have married the wrong woman, His Grace was reported to have said when informed of the happy event. Nonetheless, he sent each child his weight in gold as a name-day gift, and commanded Tywin to bring them to court when they were old enough to travel. Why is this significant? In Fire and Blood, Jaehaerys explains the concept of dragon seeds to Alysanne. Dragon seeds, they call them. Such children are cherished, though. Horace Baratheon himself was a dragon seed, a bastard brother to our grandsire. Lord Aerion was his father. That was well known. Gifts were given. Gifts, the queen said, in a voice sharp with derision. I see no honor in any of this. Later, the book revisits the concept of dragon seeds. Though the first night was generally resented elsewhere, as Queen Alysanne had learned in her women's councils, such feelings were muted upon Dragonstone, where Targaryens were rightly regarded as being closer to gods than the common run of men. Here, brides thus blessed upon their wedding nights were envied, and the children born of such unions were esteemed above all others. For the lords of Dragonstone oft celebrated the birth of such with lavish gifts of gold and silk and land to the mother. These happy bastards were said to have been born of dragon seed, and in time became known simply as seeds. This resulted in Hugh the Hammer and Ulf the Sot, the white-haired trash of Dragonstone, claiming Vermithor and Silverwing, Jaehaerys and Alysanne's dragons, and later betraying the Blacks, who allowed them access to the dragons in the first place. Dragons have a different standard for choosing riders. It is clear that Aerys considered Jaime and Cersei dragon seeds. Daenerys hatched 3 dragons, a golden white dragon named Viserion, her black dragon Drogon, and a green dragon named Rhaegal. Cersei will mount Rhaegal, named for her phantom betrothed, Rhaegar. She will battle the gold dragon Viserion, which will carry either her brother Tyrion or another Aegon, and the realm will bleed. The Black Dragon and his rider Daenerys will ultimately swoop in during the aftermath, so Daenerys can battle Whites and others over the Trident, as she foresaw. The Green Queen Cersei will ride the Green Dragon. Number 5. George R.R. Martin hates writing Cersei chapters. Why is he taking so long to finish The Winds of Winter? Because there are a lot of Cersei chapters in the book. Dance of the Dragons 2.0 will require it. I, for one, am looking forward to this character arc, and look forward to the delicious George R.R. Martin justice of Cersei getting eaten by the gold dragon of Valonqar, either one named Tyrion or one named Aegon, just like his predecessor, who also rode a gold dragon. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. This is a difficult time for everyone, so any support you can donate on Patreon would be greatly appreciated. Here are some other videos you might like, and don't forget to check out my other channel, Haplotalk, if you want to learn more about real-life genetics and folklore. Be well, and please, wash your hands.